Hello, guys. Happy Mindset Monday. Happy January 6th. It is the 6th today. I hope you guys have had a really good first week of January so far and are heading into the new year with some good intentions. This week we're going to talk about passion and excitement for life. And I honestly don't even remember what I said in my last week's Mindset Monday. I was in a pretty bad place mentally. And I still feel like I'm kind of in it, but I'm trying to do what I can to pull myself out of it. I just feel like I don't know what to do with my life this year. And that's why I want to talk about passion and excitement, is because I feel like I don't know what to do. I don't know what goals I should have or what aspirations I should feel, and I just feel like at a really big loss for zest and excitement. And I think it just comes from a lot of exhaustion lately and just like mentally not doing great, and the cold weather and just like lack of like routine and things like that. It just like really affects me mentally, but that's kind of how I've been feeling. And reflecting on my past year, and I feel like there's a lot of regrets I have over the past year, especially when it comes to like my business and wanting to do better and wanting to change things for this year, for my business, for you guys, for my clients, and just be a lot more intentional with you guys. And so that's like one of the big focuses that I want to do this year. But in the other areas of my life, I'm like, what do I want to do? I know that I want to do something that's going to feel more exciting and have more passion in my life, and more things that just, give me the zest for life. Because sometimes, especially I find as being like a stay-at-home mom most of the time, it's like oh, we wake up and we make our meals, and I do the dishes and I do the laundry, and we maybe go outside after 40 minutes of screaming and crying, and we get the groceries and we do the errands, and it's just like a lot of monotony, and that shit just makes me go crazy. I'm like, my mom always jokes because she's like, you're always on the go. I'm like, if I stay home more than 2 days in a row, I'm like mentally unwell. Okay, I need to be somebody that's like up and about and going and doing things and being productive, and I just have not been that way lately, and I do think that's why it's been affecting me. And I'm not here to dump. I feel like I'm kind of off track. I think I need to start going to see my therapist again. Oh my god, should I just restart this over? I'm not going to restart it. This is just me being real and honest. Okay, let's talk about passion and excitement, because I do feel like I want more of that for myself this year. But honestly, thinking about something and one big like audacious goal to do something that feels really exciting and really passionate and just like big, it feels overwhelming. And I'm honestly like, how am I even going to fit that into my life when I already feel overwhelmed at this point? And so I was listening to a Rachel Hollis podcast. If you don't know who Rachel Hollis is, look her up if you like things about mindset and just like womanhood and like positivity and just life, because she's great. So I was listening to her podcast, and she was talking about how when you want more excitement and more passion in your life, instead of thinking about like big things, try and think about like, what have you done in the past that you really liked that gave you that passionate feeling? Maybe that was something like learning to play an instrument, or planning a long trip and like really going through all of the details. Maybe it was a time when you were volunteering with kids, or maybe you were learning how to play pickleball or something like that. Something that is going to help you learn something new, challenge you, and just kind of something that brought you a lot of happiness and a lot of excitement, and to dig back into that feeling of unknownness. And a lot of times when those things that we are doing that have given us that passion and that like zest and excitement for life, a lot of times that comes with the opportunity to face our fears and to get outside of our comfort zone. And a lot of us struggle to get outside of our comfort zone, right? It feels good, it feels comfy, we're here for a reason, and then we find ourselves going in our day-to-day motions without a whole lot of passion, without a whole lot of zest and excitement, and then we feel like Anything outside of that is going to be too much work and too much, but it's when we do step outside of that that adds that little bit of excitement into our lives. So I want you to think about when you're adding some excitement and passion into your life, think about what you've done before that helps you feel really passionate. For me, it's things like hiking up mountains and learning new things and taking new courses and doing new like cool things with my fitness and my body, and that kind of stuff really makes me feel really passionate and exciting. But all of them are hard work. And so she was talking about, and I love this, how, you know, if you were to name a single emotion that you feel in your life right now, if it is something like dull, stagnant, neutral, to try and flip that into the opposite, because that is what you're going to need. And the opposite of that is something that's going to be challenging. And a challenge for you is how you're going to be able to pull yourself out of that, because it's going to help you push yourself and get outside that comfort zone and help you really challenge your mindset and challenge that, not like laziness, but that just neutrality that you have with your life right now. She talked about doing things that are scary, and that those scary things have potential to push you to try something harder, and that trying something new automatically gives you a lot more excitement in your life. And so if you're like me and like, what the heck am I even going to do this year? I don't know what to do. I don't know what goals I have. And then when I listened to this podcast, I started thinking about what things have I done over the previous couple of years that I've really liked, and I put some of those on my list of things that I want to get back into or maybe do this year. And I've kind of just like in the back of my mind been thinking of ideas of things that that I want to do. And my friends and I are doing this like bingo, like year-long bingo kind of thing. It's kind of like goal setting, but it's not things like lose weight or like start eating more vegetables. It's like a bingo card of like, we were talking about maybe like going dog sledding, or I wanted to like take a makeup course or take a pre and postnatal certification, coaching certification, or what else did I have on there? Read 20 books, like things like that, where they're like actionable things that you can cross off that list. And so I've just been trying to think of things like that, and it kind of has already brought me out of this like neutral slump, and kind of feels like it's given me a direction and something that I can work towards, and something that I can put my energy towards that's going to be exciting. And so that might be something just to throw out there too, but it is an idea for you to do too. And so basically just create this big bingo card, and you fill all of the little boxes, and maybe by the end of the year next year you can cross some of those off and get yourself a bingo, and just like try and challenge and think about things that would bring your life excitement and passion. Okay. Rachel also talked about how when you feel that numbness in your life, and when you want to feel more passion, to think about, instead of thinking about how am I going to get more passion in your life, is to flip it on the flip side, and what am I doing right now that does not feel passionate, and what am I trying to do right now that doesn't feel exciting to me. And while we can't just get rid of our kids and go live on a beach in Mexico, because that would be more exciting than, you know, wiping butts all day, but there are other things that we can do that don't bring us passion. And for me, those things would be like sitting on the couch and not doing anything, letting dishes pile up, letting my house get completely in an overwhelmed kind of state, not moving my body and not going for walks, choosing to stay home instead of going to see friends, or not booking things to go see friends, not getting dressed and wearing my pajamas for 4 days straight, which I definitely did because I just could not find any mental energy to get dressed. But she talks about when you do identify those things that hold back some excitement and some passion from your life, then you can identify those and you can start to change those too. So I know that this was just like a very long-winded struggle talk for me, and I don't even know. This was a struggle, so I apologize. But I hope that maybe it gave you some insight into how to approach this year with some more passion. And when we talk about like your health and fitness and wanting to set goals towards maybe your health and fitness, instead of thinking about things like wanting to lose 10 pounds or eating more vegetables, which we all know that those are important, but those don't feel passionate. those don't feel super exciting, but like learning how to play pickleball or joining a pickleball league and doing that once a week or every couple weeks, or taking a cooking class, or one of the things I put on my list was learning 20 new recipes this year because I bought a new cookbook and it's actually really been helping me step outside my comfort zone with my cooking and trying new recipes. It feels exciting and it feels new for me. Or maybe it's to deadlift your body weight, or maybe it's to do your first pull-up, or maybe it's to run your first 5K or 10K, or maybe you want to run a marathon, or maybe it's to make a new absolute killer workout playlist. Like, I want you to think about what goals can add that passion to your life, and when you are doing those things, they feel really good and they feel exciting. And while there's nothing wrong with having goals of like wanting to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, that's totally fine, but it's when you and Tanner's out of the shower, at least he's dressed, but it's when you set goals that make you want to become more and do more and feel more excited about life and give you something to work towards. Those are the things that are going to really help you stay accountable and move forward with things. Okay, so I hope that was really helpful for you, and if it wasn't, maybe next week will be. Maybe we'll do better next week. But I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday and have a great week, and I will talk to you guys later.